Leo, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Leo love reading. I'm sorry it has been so long since the last time I published a Leo tarot reading for you. These past 3 months have been a freaking nightmare for me. Thank God it's over with at this point. I probably should have just made a video explaining that. That way I didn't have to say something about it at the beginning of all 12 signs. But it was one thing right after the other, and it's more than I even want to talk about right now. So luckily, I think it's all behind me now. So we're moving forward as if nothing's happened. So let's not waste any of your time. I want to get on with this Leo October 2023 love reading for you, because today we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you here in October 2023. Then I'm going to get 3 cards to represent your energy in this connection, Leo. 3 cards to represent your person's energy in this connection. And then I'm going to clarify everything with a second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get started with this Leo October 2023 tarot love reading. What is the mutual point of interest between Leo and their romantic person of interest here in October 2023, please? Oh, goodness. We're not taking a whole pile. We're not taking a whole pile. God, my hands are trembling already. I wonder what the hell's going on for you. I'm just going to keep writing down. What is the mutual point of interest between Leo and their romantic person of interest? Okay, then you got so much in here. It's unreal. Okay. Normally I get one card here, but there clearly needs to be more than one card to tell this story. Let's take a look at what's going on with you, Leo. What is going on with Leo as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them here in October 2023. Let's get 2 more cards for Leo, please. What's going on with Leo this one? Okay. You got a lot going on, how all the cards are like trying to get away from me all at once. That is a sure sign that there is a lot happening, a lot of overwhelm, or the potential for overwhelm, because there's probably a lot going on around you. What's going on with Leo's romantic person of interest as it relates to Leo and the connection between them in October 2023, please? Let's get 2 more cards for Leo's. Likewise, they look like they got a lot going on themselves, because everything's trying to get away again. You saw that right from the beginning. The first shuffle and a whole giant stack of cards came out. Let's get 1 more. Okay, thank you. This is going to be interesting, I can tell. On the bottom of the deck, hands are trembling. Overall energy of this reading, the Star. This is the Aquarius Major Arcana card. This is a card of healing. It's a card of hope. It's a card of wish fulfillment. Sometimes in a love reading, this card can indicate that one of you or both of you is feeling like the other is the one for me, like they're the gift from the universe for me. This is also card 17 of the Major Arcana. Card 16, the one that comes right before this in the sequence, is the Tower. So you don't really get to the Star energy without going through a Tower moment of some kind first, where some important structure in your lives came crashing down. Something fell all apart right in front of you, whether that was the collapse of a relationship or something massively painful to lose happened, or you had some sort of like a shattering of a belief system, like this mental model of the world you were operating from could have come apart. Whatever that is that happened, when a tower comes crashing down in your life, it's really hard to see the path moving forward from there. The Star is the guiding light from the universe that shows up to light the way for you so you can see your path moving forward. This is where hope comes from. It's where healing comes from. So we got the potential here of this meaning like we got some really banger of a relationship here where you guys are feeling like the other one is the one for me, or we have the hope at least that something can be healed here. Right under the Star, I have some more Aquarius energy. I have the 7 of Swords. This is usually not a pleasant energy. This is usually like lying, cheating, stealing, deception, sneaking around behind someone's back trying to get away with something that they probably shouldn't be trying to get away with. That's not the only meaning of the card, though. Sometimes this card can represent self-preservation, as in not wanting to get hurt. Like, the reason the guy on the card steals these swords is because he doesn't want to be hurt by those swords. He doesn't want to have those swords used against him, so he steals them to make sure that they can't be. So it can represent self-preservation here. There's the hope that we can heal something, but at the same time, I don't want to get hurt. This can also represent an energy of leaving something behind, because he can only carry 5 of those 7 swords and he has to leave 2 swords behind. So it can represent leaving something behind. It can even represent coming up with like some new strategy, some clever thing, some strategy to get something that you want. Oh, yeah, we got... Under this, we have the 4 of Wands. This is Aries energy. 4s are about stability. So this is stability of the home life, stability of the family life, stability of the connection between the two of you. Those 4 wands represent 1111, which is the number of manifesting. So this is a card of manifesting something, like a celebration of the home and the family, or celebrating something has actually been manifested and you're not waiting on it anymore. It's like physically appeared in the physical 3D reality. This is looking an awful lot like we had some stability that we lost here at some point, and now we're either hoping that we can find a new way to get back to it, or having the hope that we can get back to it, but at the same time not wanting to be hurt. This is the overall energy of the reading, so this is kind of like the gist of what this reading is probably going to talk to me about. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects both of you in some way here in October 2023. It's not always going to affect you both exactly the same way. Sometimes it's a case of they did or said something that's got you feeling or acting this way, or vice versa. Sometimes they did this to you and now you're feeling the consequences of it, or vice versa. Sometimes there's legitimately external stuff going on and that stuff is impacting you and it could be affecting you that way. So the mutual point of interest, I normally get 1 card here. I got 3 for you. I got the 5 of Cups, the 7 of Cups, and the 6 of Swords. Excuse me, the 4 of Swords. Well, we got some cups here. That's a good sign. Don't like seeing the swords. Don't really like this particular cup, 5 of Cups. This is Scorpio energy. 5s are conflict. 5s are change. This is sadness and remorse about the past. It's thinking about the past and something that's been lost here. At its core, this card is really about being focused on something that you don't have anymore, or that you've lost, or that you feel is missing. It's like where a person's focus goes literally dictates to them what emotions they experience. This is about experiencing negative, low vibrational emotions, sadness, remorse, regrets. There's still 2 upright cups in the background, and those cups can represent that there is still a strong connection between the two of you. It still represents that there's something that you both have that you can be happy for. It's just a matter of, is where you're focusing right now allowing you to experience that, or are you experiencing these lower vibrational energies? This usually represents that there's something that someone regrets here, that there's some painful thing has happened and now it's affecting you both. It's probable that one of you experienced the painful thing and the other one caused it, and there are regrets on that end. Central to this, we have the 7 of Cups. This is more Scorpio energy. That's kind of funny. I saw 2 Aquarius cards. Now I've got 2 Scorpio cards in a row. The 7 of Cups is options and choices, but it's confusion about those options and choices. There's a lot of different cups here. There's a lot of different things that you could choose to do, a lot of different ways this scenario could play itself out, and neither of you wants to make a mistake and pick the wrong cup here. So this represents having some emotional confusion about something. It can represent clouded judgment, clouded decision making, obscured vision, in the sense of like someone's trying to obscure things to cloud things up so decisions get made a certain way. It can represent any of that kind of stuff. Definitely got some options, and there's some confusion between the two of you. The 4 of Swords is the final card here in the shared energy that's affecting you both. This is Libra energy. This is like stability of the mind, stabilizing the thoughts. This is about choosing to go inside yourself, to calm your mind down so that you can hear the messages that you need to hear. It's about choosing to go inside and do some thinking on something to try to figure out what to do moving forward from here. So let's clarify this and see what else we can find out for you, Leo. Why is the 5 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 4 of Swords the shared energy between Leo and their romantic person of interest October 2023? Okay, I have one flipped over in the deck here, and that was actually the first one. Let me see if I can dig that bad boy out. Where'd you go? I know you're in here. There you are. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers. This is the Gemini Major Arcana card. This is a powerful love connection between two people. This represents divine feminine, divine masculine energy, all on the same card. A long time ago, before this card was called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So often this represents like the interconnectedness between people, and how one person in a connection can't make decisions and take actions without it also affecting the other person. We're all connected in some way. Everything we have in this world is built off of the shoulders of the people that came prior to us. And this is like, represents that type of an energy, in addition to being a powerful love connection between two of you. I said at the beginning with the star here, that can sometimes represent the one for me. When I have both of these cards present, it can definitely represent something like that. This is often a choice about a powerful love connection, a choice within the connection, or sometimes even a choice between lovers. I do have 7 of Swords here. There could have been some sneaky deceptive stuff going on here. There could have been a choice between lovers. That could be how we get to the sadness and remorse about the past. It could be why we have these options and choices now, and figuring out what to do. It could be that we just had something painful happen and we're trying to get past it without getting hurt again. Yeah, when I dig a little bit deeper behind this 4 of Wands, I have the Hierophant. These two cards are both cards of like marriage and engagements, weddings, things like that, celebrations of home and family. This is a card of commitment, being in a committed relationship, taking things to the next level, including, like I said, engagements, weddings. So no doubt that we have power in this connection here. Oh my God, we have the Devil right under the Lovers. And if you notice, these are the same two people on both cards. It's just here, they're in a divine, completely like it's supposed to be type of an energy. And here, there's some distortion involved. This is distorted energy. And if you notice, the people on the cards have grown horns and tails. They've been chained to this toxic thing, this distorted thing for so long that it's starting to change who they are. So this is telling me that under the surface of this relationship, we have some toxic element here. Now, whether that is an element of you, Leo, like maybe a piece of your shadow, whether it's an element of your person, a piece of their shadow, whether it's some external thing that's like a toxic thing that's like trying to control everything. At its core, this card is a card of control, but it's more about something else being in control and you not having any power over it and feeling trapped by something. This can be obsessions, it could be addictions, it could be just a feeling of being trapped, like I can't escape. This can represent that this connection and the pull of it is so strong for you guys that you both feel like you can't escape from it. I have the Ace of Wands right behind the Devil. Now this is a passionate new beginning. It's a new beginning in passion and desire. This is also the phallic symbol of the tarot deck. It represents the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy, sex, things of that nature. And when I have the Devil here, this is like a lot of attraction, a lot of urges and desires. And then we've got the Wand here. This looks to me like very enthralling kind of a you know what. Now, that could also very easily be we had this powerful love connection and some stuff that shouldn't have went on, and the wand came out maybe when it shouldn't have, and that could be what caused the death to the connection. The Death card is the Scorpio Major Arcana card, so here we are with another reference to Scorpio. I got Gemini, I have Capricorn here, I've got some Aquarius out here, a little bit of Libra, Sagittarius coming up, a little bit of Aries coming up, some Pisces out here, a little bit of Leo, a little bit of Taurus, some Virgo. You could be dealing with any of those signs. Hell, you could literally be dealing with any sign. This is a collective reading, so it's going to be really hard for me to pin down exactly who you are dealing with as an individual person, because I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person the same way I would if I were doing a personal reading for you. Here I'm tapping into the collective energy of literally thousands and thousands of Leo people that I read for. So it's gonna be a little blurry in terms of exactly who you're dealing with. So take that however it resonates. I'm going to continue to call out the signs as they prominently stick out to me, just in case they mean anything to you. But this is Gemini energy here. So we have some sort of a powerful decision about this love connection, one way or another. We got sadness and remorse about the past, confusion about what to do, an energy of trying to figure out what to do and wanting to heal things and get back to this stability and this commitment. But if there wasn't some sneaky shit that went on, then there's definitely an energy of like, wait a minute, I don't want to get hurt here. When I clarify all this, I get the Moon, the Six of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. The Moon is Pisces energy. This is fear, worry, and anxiety. It's usually fear, worry, and anxiety caused by uncertainty. When the moon's out, it's dark outside. It's really hard to see around you, to see the path in front of you. It's hard to see, am I still on the path? Was this even the right path to begin with? Did I get lost? Should I turn around and go the other way? That level of uncertainty can cause fear, worry, and anxiety in a person. This can also sometimes represent an illusion, something being presented to you that's not exactly what it is in face value. This can represent a secret being kept. This can represent something just being hidden from you that you don't know about yet. It's looking like some fear, worry, anxiety, uncertainty, and then a recognition about something. The Six of Wands is Leo energy of recognition. This is about either one of you being recognized for something or one of you coming to some sort of a recognition, and whatever you recognize allowed forward movement to happen. Forward movement into the Nine of Pentacles, which is, it's an energy of abundance and prosperity, yes, but it is also a singles energy. This is Virgo energy of being physically single, like with you or without you, or even in spite of you. I'm single and abundant and prosperous in my own right. I don't need you to physically take care of me. I don't need you to financially take care of me. I got all that. Now, this does not always mean someone wants to be single. It just represents that there was something recognized that caused forward movement into being single. Or if not single, not physically together. This is a step back from the Ten of Pentacles, which is being like physically combined together, like living together or going down the path toward living together, building a life together. This is being physically separated here, not together. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is Taurus energy of balance. This is generosity. It's reciprocity. Like you scratch my back and I scratch yours. You take care of me and I take care of you. It's like equal give and take, where you're putting in what you're getting out and you're getting out the same that you're putting in. So this can represent trying to balance the scales back out, trying to balance things back out between the two. But I have had some concerning references here with this Seven of Swords, which can be lying, cheating, deception. I've got the Moon here, which can be secret being kept, something being hidden, an illusion. I've got options and choices. I've got the Lovers and the Devil and the Wand under here. Sadness and remorse and possible regrets about something that caused some sort of moving forward into being single. This can sometimes represent, this Six of Pentacles can represent the merchant, meaning your person giving to two different people in the physical sense. This could just as easily be telling me, hey, something went on and we're trying to fix this and we're not sure what to do. And there's uncertainty about forward movement and we're in this not together energy here and trying to balance it out. not uncommon at this point in the reading that I don't fully understand what the hell this is trying to tell me. I usually don't fully get this until I get most of the way through your energy, Leo, because then I'll be able to see how this relates to you and how it applies to you. But I will come back to this again as I go through your person's energy, because then I'll be able to see how it relates to them, and it'll all make more sense. We'll kind of figure it out together. Your energy in this connection for October 2023, Leo, is the Nine of Wands, the Fool, and the Page of Wands. The Nine of Wands is Sagittarius energy. This is about being walled off and defensive. This is the Wounded Warrior. This is a card of healing also. This wall that he's built around himself is a defense mechanism. He's been hurt and he's trying to protect himself. He wants to protect himself. He doesn't want to get hurt again or continue to get hurt. He's trying to heal so he can get his energy right and take the next step in his journey. So let's take a look at this. What is going on with this Nine of Wands? Why is that the first card in Leo's energy here in October 2023? Funny here, look, your Mendy and Wing Apps. Okay, so you probably saw me turn cards right side up there. I don't read reversals, so when they come out upside down, I just automatically turn them right side up. Just makes them harder to read for me if they're upside down, but I only don't do that when I get yelled at. And these two right here in particular, like, they're supposed to be right side up, but I'm being called to the negative aspect of this. I'm not. On the bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. This is Taurus energy. Again, fives are conflict, change. This is abandonment. This is like a breakup kind of an energy. This is about being abandoned, about being, kicked out into the cold, left behind, walked away from. This can sometimes represent energies of feeling like I'm not good enough here. This can also represent some sort of a devastating financial loss, but this is some massive change in the physical reality here. It looks like a breakup where there was a leaving behind here. Potentially by you, Leo. We got the King of Wands right underneath that. This is Leo or Sagittarius energy. This is a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows exactly what they want, and they go after it with bold, passionate, fiery determination. The King of Wands is very motivated, very driven, not likely to take no for an answer. This is the kind of person that not only knows what they want, but they're going to find a way to get what they want, or they're going to make a way to get what they want. Now, we've already seen the Devil card tied to the Ace of Wands. Well, this is the pinnacle of the wand suit. So this is not just someone who is driven and motivated in the general sense. It's also someone who's very driven and motivated by passion and desire and sexual energy. Seven of Cups. Options, choices, confusion about the options and choices. Scorpio energy. We saw it central to the energy that's affecting you both right here. We could have a King of Wands here. We could have Leo. You might have more than one option and you decided to leave and wall yourself off. This could just be also representing your person here having more than one option, and they decided to leave and you got hurt in the process and your walls have come up. When I clarify this Nine of Wands, like defensive energy, not wanting to get hurt, I get Justice, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, the Star, and Queen of Swords. I don't like this here. Justice is the Libra Major Arcana card. This is the most powerful card of balance in the deck. It's about doing the right, fair, just thing. The sword in this card is used to sever something that's not in balance, so balance can be restored, and then the right, fair, just thing can happen. Like what's supposed to happen can happen. It's just going to require something getting balanced out first. This can represent that there was some wrong done, some unfair, unjust thing has occurred to you, which is why your walls are up and why you've been hurt and why you went through a tower and you're trying to heal. Definitely something unfair and unjust has occurred, because the very next card is the Five of Swords. Again with the fives. Conflict. This is a conflict in communications, a fight, an argument, bitter words being spoken, words being used like weapons, tongues being used like swords to cut. This can also represent like a winning at all cost kind of a mentality. In other words, you're dealing with somebody who wants to win no matter what, and all they care about is winning. And if you happen to get hurt in the process of them getting what they want, well, tough shit for you. I got what I want, and that's what's important to me. It could be someone like that you're dealing with. This could also represent that some walls came up. There's this idea of doing the right, fair, just thing, but somehow that doesn't happen. And this Five of Swords can sometimes represent you being in a situation where it doesn't matter if you choose to do option A, someone's going to get hurt. And if you choose instead to do option B, someone's going to get hurt because of that. And if you choose to just not do anything, someone gets hurt there too. So it can be being in that spot where it doesn't matter what action you take, or even if you don't do anything at all, someone's going to get hurt regardless, and you are going to be the one causing that pain regardless. And you don't want to hurt anybody. It's just unavoidable. It can represent that. Like I said, though, this can also represent betrayal. Like unfair, unjust thing that happened could be a betrayal. We could have a tower and are now trying to heal and maintain hope after some sort of sneaky, deceptive, behind my back kind of thing happened. Because the very next card is that same Seven of Swords, that sneaky, deceptive, behind my back kind of an energy. It's Aquarius energy. Lying, cheating, stealing, deception. Again, though, this can also represent self-preservation. I've already been hurt. Obviously, I've been hurt. Obviously, my defense mechanisms have been tripped off. I'm hiding behind my walls. I've been hurt. And I don't want to continue getting hurt. I don't want to be hurt again. Clearly, this kind of an energy is painful. Way too many swords in here already, Leo. Very next clarifier for this Nine of Wands is the Star again. We've already seen this. It's the overall energy. The Aquarius Major Arcana card. Hope, healing, wish fulfillment. The one for me. Again, though, it's the card that comes after the Tower. And if this doesn't represent a Tower moment, I don't know what does. So this is still... There's this very first clarifier is the need to balance something out, to make the wrong thing right, and hope that things can be healed and the wrong thing can be made right. And then what's supposed to happen, like the one for me, can happen. Final clarifier here for your Nine of Wands is the Queen of Swords. This is Libra energy. This is the I don't take no bullshit queen right here. This is the she who knows the truth. The reason she holds her hand out like this is because she's offering to let someone speak their truth. She's like, okay, tell me your side of the story. She's fair, but she also has her eyes open. She sees what's going on around her. She knows what's going on around her. So the truth you tell the Queen of Swords had damn well better match the truth she already knows, or she will cut you with that sword. This is the off with your head queen. A lot of times this will represent having some difficult conversation where truth gets spoken, and maybe it doesn't come out the way everyone wanted it to come out, but truth gets spoken and the words are probably pretty dead on point and cutting. And this is about severing the thing or the person that's no longer in your best interest anymore. It's about cutting something away. Central for your energy here in this connection for October 2023, Leo, you have the Fool, card 0 of the Major Arcana, the very first card of the Major Arcana, the first card of the whole tarot deck. That 0 represents absolutely nothing and the potential for everything all at the same time. This is a new beginning to something. It's the beginning of the whole tarot deck. This is about taking the leap of faith on something, not needing to know what all the steps are from beginning to end before you take the first step, not needing to know what the final outcome is going to be, how it's all going to work out before you take the first step. This is about just having the blind faith to say, you know what, screw it, I'm going to leap off the cliff and I'll worry about how to grow wings on my way down. I'll figure this out as I go. I'm just going to do it. Now, this can also represent taking foolish risks, taking unnecessary risks. It can represent taking risks outside of a connection and displaying that kind of foolish behavior. So let's clarify this and find out what we got going on. Why is the Fool central for Leo's energy in this connection for October 2023, please? None of it wanted to come out. It all stayed in here, all flipped right side up for me. Not very usual for that to happen. On the bottom of the deck, the Devil. Capricorn's major arcana card. Second time we've seen this now. Like I said, this is usually heavy toxic energy. This is usually obsession, addiction, a feeling of being trapped by something, feeling like I can't escape from something, like something has control of me. A lot of times, this will be elements of a person's shadow, like a piece of themselves that they don't like, that they don't want other people to see, that they don't even want to see themselves. Most of the time, this is something that a person is either consciously unaware of, like this unconscious pain that's stuck in there, where it's something has happened to a person that's caused them a level of pain that they never dealt with properly. They didn't address what actually happened and deal with the pain and listen to the message the pain was trying to deliver them, and they just instead kind of like pretended like it didn't happen, and they shoved it down into their shadow and repressed it and kind of hid it away in the dark there. But that doesn't make it go away. It's still there. The painful thing did happen. That's like trying to stand on the railroad tracks when a train is coming and cover your eyes and go, I don't see you, you're not there. It is there, and it's going to run you over and turn you into hamburger. And that's kind of what this energy is. It's something inside, usually, that is controlling someone. Possibly related to commitment, Leo. We'll have the Hierophant right under that. This is Taurus major arcana energy. This is a card of commitment, being in a committed relationship, taking that to the next level. This is engagement. This is marriage. And the Lovers right behind that again. So I saw the Lovers with the Devil behind it earlier, and it felt much more to me like massive level attraction that have all these urges and desires tied to it, where it's like you just almost get intoxicated by it and it takes you over. This is starting to look now like problem came up because of some sort of a painful thing that was never dealt with, related to commitment and powerful connections. Temperance is right under that. This is the Sagittarius major arcana card. This is about blending things together little bits at a time and not being in a hurry, not trying to do it all at once, but being willing to do little bits and then take a step back and see how is all this working, and like make some fine-tuning adjustments until you get it just right. This is about balancing something out, evening something out that's out of balance. It's also about patience. It is also reconciliation energy, in that in tarot, water represents love and emotions, and here the water, the love, has been separated into two different cups, but this angel is recombining that love back together. It's like reconciling the love. I clarify the Fool, this taking the leap of faith here. I get the Wheel of Fortune, Four of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Page of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. This is the Wheel of Fate. It's the Wheel of Destiny. So this can represent a fated event, something that was destined to happen, like divine timing. It can represent that, like what's going to happen is going to happen, and there's nothing you can do about that. The wheel is in motion, and whatever happens, happens. And it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen, and not a minute sooner, not a minute later. There's nothing you can do to control it or speed it up or slow it down. It's just what's going to happen is going to happen. This can also, though, represent the universe turning the wheel in the background, trying to make sure that things line up the way they're supposed to, so that what is supposed to happen actually does happen. I've got two cards that, to me, reference what's supposed to happen right beside each other here. Something out of balance was supposed to happen, but at the same time, it looks like something is supposed to be rebalanced, like this is part of the plan, as weird as that sounds. Next clarifier I have for the Fool is the Four of Cups. This is Cancer energy. This is not being fully emotionally happy, not being fully content. It's like being focused on these 3 cups, and that's just not good enough here. There's this other thing, this other cup that you believe is going to lead you to your happiness and fulfillment. So sometimes this can represent just not being fully happy with something. It can also represent that there is a love offer on the table between the two of you, and it just hasn't been accepted or rejected yet. It's just kind of been left hanging here in the air with nothing being done about it. This can represent you contemplating offering the cup of love to this person, or vice versa, and that just having not happened yet for whatever reason, usually out of fear of rejection. I see some toxic, painful stuff tied to commitment and powerful love connections. I've got unhappiness with this 5 of Swords, conflict type of an energy, betrayal type of an energy. Like at its core, this card is a mentally and psychologically painful situation or event, and there's emotional unfulfillment beside that. Next, I have the Page of Wands. This is news and messages and communications about passion and desire. Passionate messages, communicating what it is that I want. This is also the minor arcana version of the Fool card that we're clarifying right now. And the Page of Wands is not quite so like, let's throw caution to the wind and just leap off the freaking cliff here. This is more like having the willingness to take the very first steps down a brand new path towards something that there's passion and desire for. And at the same time, that is beside 7 of Swords. So I could take this 2 ways. I'm willing to take the first step here as long as I don't get hurt. And if I feel like I might get hurt, I'm going to have to like sneak out the back door. This can also represent somebody had some passionate communicating going on behind your back with someone that they shouldn't have been communicating with. I'm really getting like the distinct feeling that because there are so many places where I could take this way or that way, and both seem to be getting verified at the same time. I'm really starting to feel like I got 2 messages coming through here. One of them's probably for you. One of them's probably for somebody else that's going to watch this Leo reading later on. But final clarifier for the Fool is the Page of Swords. Again, this can be communications. This can be news and messages and communicating. But this is also an energy of someone who's trying to learn something. Someone who is trying to figure something out. Like doing their due diligence, doing some research or some investigation on something. Notice they're also looking into the past, doing thinking, trying to figure something out. And they're looking at the star here, this hope, this healing, the thing that happened, that there was a tower and now there's this guiding light showing up, trying to light the way so that the hope to heal can be maintained. And interestingly, you're getting extra cards everywhere in this reading, but the only card so far that doesn't have anything in the row with it is this Queen of Swords, this speaking truth and severing things. Final card in your energy for October 2023, Leo, is the Page of Wands. Again, we just saw that card. Again, this is the minor arcana version of the Fool card. It's either about passionate messages and communicating passionately or communicating what it is I want or desire, or this is about taking the very first steps down a brand new path towards something there's passion and desire for. Tell me about this Page of Wands. Why is that the final card here for Leo in this connection for October 2023? Thank you. Hey, I didn't get extra cards that time. Apparently. On the bottom of the deck, King of Wands. Again, this is Leo or Sagittarius energy. This could be talking about you, Leo, being bold, determined, knowing what you want. You're going to get it. You're not going to take no for an answer. You're not going to let obstacles get in your way and stop you. You'll find a way through them or over them or under them or around them, or you'll invent the bulldozer or whatever the case may be. You're going to get what you want. This could also be representing your person and you having attraction to them and viewing them as charming and charismatic and, you know, attractive to you and having desire for them. It could be also describing your person and how they behave themselves in terms of being this very passionate, driven, desire kind of motivated person. Damn. 2 of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. This is a card of balance, but 2s are decisions, they're choices. So this is more about trying to maintain your balance once your balance has been thrown off, or trying to get your balance back once you've lost it. This is a decision kind of an energy where I'm weighing the options in front of me. I'm looking at the pros and the cons and the choices that I have here, and I'm trying to decide, do I or don't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Do I take this one or this one? Because you can't do both things at the same time. The water being all wavy in the background, tossing the ships around, indicates rough, choppy emotions, being off balance, being 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and I can't fully make up my mind on what I'm going to do here, which is not really like King of Wands type energy here. He knows exactly what he's doing because he knows what he wants, and he'll do whatever it takes to get there. But this is like suddenly off balance feeling here. It looks like, Leo, like if I'm reading this as your energy, which technically it should be, it's on your side of the table, although in general collective readings like this, it's quite common for your person's energy to show up a lot over here because they're affecting you strongly. This is look like you took a leap of faith on something probably before it was time to. Like, I have I got the Fool, like taking that leap of faith without really thinking it all the way through. The Wheel of Fortune, like the timing of this has changed something. There's emotionally not content tied to that, and 2 pages which are not fully mature energy, not fully developed energy. And then I'm going right into like, okay, I leaped before I looked and was willing to take a step. Like I just dove headfirst into the water without sticking my toe in first. And now I've got the sticking my toe energy into it and doing that based on like drive and passion and knowing what I want. But then off balance hits me and it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Maybe I don't want that. Do I or don't I? And then there's the past showing up. 6 of Cups, which is more Scorpio energy of the past, thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about something from the past, the good old days, the way things used to be, someone from the past. I have seen double energy a couple of times, and both times it felt like something painful has happened that wasn't fully addressed. Sadness and remorse about the past, more reference to the past. 3 of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. So this is teamwork and collaboration, and working together as equals to build something of value. The thing you would be building of value is the 10 of Pentacles, which is that stable, abundant, prosperous home life that we all want, where no one wants for anything. It's like maximum stability and abundance and prosperity. It's the combining together physically of 2 people and all their assets and resources to build that 10 of Pentacles. So either we got something, I think I just kicked the mic stand there on accident. Sorry about that if you're wearing headphones. It looks like we got some very driven decision that happens that was probably premature, and then off balance hits because something from the past comes up related to building something together. And now we hit this energy of 3 of Wands, which is Aries energy of waiting. This is like there was this is screaming like, look before you leap. It's like, but I didn't do that. I leaped first, and now that I'm looking, I'm like, oh shit, where's the brakes? But it's too late. You're already going down. Now you have to grow wings. When I clarify this willingness to take the first steps and like possibly doing that too soon, I get the 2 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. And with the swords, you got a sword at least one in every column of cards, and that's not what I want to see. 2 of Swords is Aries energy. Again, it's a 2, it's a choice. This is a fork in the road. It's a crossroads in your life. It's a crossroads in this connection, in this relationship. This is a decision point, and it's a decision about what is it that you want your world to be like? Like, what do you want for your life? And which of these 2 paths is going to get you to that? But that's the thing about this. This is saying, like, I keep seeing, I saw this, you knowing what you want and going after it, but then like, oh, wait a minute, which of these 2 do I pick? And I'm back and forth about it. You can't go back and forth down a fork in the road. You can't turn left and right at the same time. And likewise, if you keep running back and forth between the paths, you're not advancing. You're not getting any closer to the thing that you want. So this is about needing to know what it is you actually want and what gets you there. And at the same time, by default, you have to leave the other path behind. So this is that decision. What am I going forward with, and what am I leaving behind? Wheel of Fortune is tied to that. That's what's supposed to be happening. You're supposed to be choosing your path, the one that is right for you, that is balanced for you, the one that's supposed to happen. Ten of Swords is the next clarifier. This is Gemini energy of an ending. This is usually a swift, painful ending to something. Sometimes this is an ending that you didn't see coming, hence the swords in the back here. If you saw it coming, it would be in your front. Sometimes this is an ending in betrayal, hence the swords in the back again. It's like stabbed in the back here. No matter what, this energy represents some sort of an ending to something. It's tied right to this emotionally discontent, emotionally unhappy. It's tied to this Five of Swords, this mentally and psychologically painful thing. I'm hoping that this is saying, if you have the willingness to take the first steps down the path that you're supposed to choose, then all of this painful and emotionally unfulfilled energy ends. It could also be that because you were the fool and you leaped before you looked and took the first step, that's the choice you made that could have caused a swift, painful ending to something that could be what led to the Tower that has clearly happened, because I've got both star cards out here. Either way, I've got this really fast moving Knight of Swords as the final clarifier for you. This is very fast moving energy. It's the fastest knight in the deck. It's rushing forward and taking some rapid, very decisive action on something. The problem with this is this is not the person who comes rushing in super fast and then sits down to think about what should I do, what are the steps here, or reads the instruction manual or something. No, this is the person who doesn't think about it at all. They just run in and they do it, and they don't think about it beforehand. They don't think about it while they're doing it. They just do it, and then they're out as fast as they came in, and they don't think about it until after it's already done. And then it's like, oh God, what did I do? And that is when all this sadness and remorse and confusion about what the hell do I do, and trying to figure out what the hell do I do, that can definitely creep in on you there. Now here I have, again, tied in the same, this Knight of Swords is in the column with the Page of Wands, and the card right beside it is the Page of Wands from the other deck. So again, it's like it's screaming to me, I took this action based on passion, and I wasn't fully prepared to do that yet. And this is either sneaking out the back door because of that, or, whoa, it freaks me out and I don't want to get hurt, and some of this painful stuff from my past has come up and it makes me sneak off in the night and get out, because there's still some healing to do there. It looks kind of like that. Again, reading this in rows, I get to this spot where there's not a complete row here. There's hope and healing, but there's also this looking back at the past and trying to figure out what to do to get that hope and the healing. And the card, again, that has nothing to go with it is this severing here. That is your energy in this connection for October 2023, Leo. I'm going to scoot this over and get us a little bit more room here so we can take a look at your person's energy, because in their energy, we have that Knight of Swords that we just saw in your energy. That's their very first card, and a person's first card is always the most important for that. Knight of Swords, central to their energy in October 2023, is the Two of Wands, which we, again, already saw in your final column. And their final card is the High Priestess. Knight of Swords, again, fastest moving knight in the deck, rushing forward, taking rapid, decisive action on something. Probably didn't think it through first, probably didn't think about it during the event, just did it and was out and thought about it after the fact. This screams like something moved really fast, and whether or not it should have, I'm leaning toward no. Tell me about this Knight of Swords. Why is that the first card for Leo's romantic person interest in October 2023? Okay, let's get one more. Let's get one more. Thank you. Yeah. And bottom of the deck. King of Wands again. Leo or Sagittarius energy. Very bold, passionate, fiery, determined. This is screaming to me. Did it for passion. Didn't need to think about it. I knew what I wanted and I just decided to go after it, and I did it, and I didn't think about it until afterwards. Five of Wands, more Leo energy here. Again, conflict. I've seen literally every five in the deck. We've seen the Hierophant twice, I think. The five of the major arcana rules over the fives of the four suits. I've got the Five of Cups in the shared energy. I've got the Five of Swords in your energy. Five of Wands here, and I'm getting just a hair ahead of myself, but there's that Five of Pentacles again for what, the second or third time now, and the Five of Cups again. So we got fives all over the place. Conflict, change, knowing what I want, and now suddenly internally conflicted, where a piece of me wants it, but now this other piece of me wants basically the opposite of that, and I'm torn. I'm pulling myself in multiple different directions at the same time in terms of what is it that I actually want. And kaboom, there's the tower that we've been alluding to this whole reading so far, the collapse. This is where the important structure came crashing down for your person here. Like, this is basically looking to me like this happened really fast, and Leo got internally conflicted where suddenly they didn't know what they wanted anymore, and that collapsed things for your person. Whether this is the breakup that happened, or this is something that they believed was going to occur between the two of you, and now that belief has shattered, something important has collapsed for your person here. Capricorn energy right behind that. Again, this is about being off balance, having a decision to make where I don't know what to do, and I'm 1 foot in and 1 foot out either way. This is almost feeling like describing the same person to me, and this looks like it's talking about you, Leo. I'm not sure. I know if I apply what this is saying to my own situation, yeah, this is definitely going that direction where this person is feeling this way about you. Like, you knew what you wanted and then you didn't, and that tore everything up because you weren't fully committed. You were 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Yeah, past showing up again. Something from the past triggered something here. Or there's still something from the past, from previous tower moments and previous Five of Swords and Seven of Swords and previous severings and previous unfair things that have happened that's still with you in some way that haven't been fully healed yet. And again, applying that to myself just as much. When I clarify this Knight of Swords, this fast acting, didn't think it through, kind of very spontaneous and impulsive kind of energy, I get the Ace of Wands again, Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. Ace of Wands again, new beginning and passion and desire. This is an opportunity for passion and desire. This is also the phallic symbol of the tarot deck. Very passionate energy, very driven and sexually oriented energy. But then I've got this Five of Cups again, which again is the first card in the shared energy affecting you both here in October. It's Scorpio energy. Again, five, conflict. This is sadness and remorse about the past. It's being focused on the three cups that have been spilled and all the love and emotions that got spilled and wasted, all the time, effort, and energy that got spilled and wasted, while at the same time still having these two upright, full cups behind you. This connection is still here for your person too. It's just not where the focus is. Right now they're focused on the past, and they're feeling what they felt in the past. They're focused on the loss of something, and they're feeling that loss. They're focused on the thing they don't have anymore, and they're feeling that gap in their life. You also have the Five of Pentacles, Taurus energy, again, conflict. This is abandonment. It's being cast aside, being left out in the cold, being walked away from, discarded, feeling like they're not good enough. This is a breakup card, or at least a walking away and leaving me behind kind of an energy. And I see that here in the clarifiers for the shared energy. There's this high level of uncertainty that pops up, this fear and worry and anxiety and uncertainty, and oh shit, am I on the right path? Did I make a wrong turn? What do I do now? And that leads to forward movement into being single and still having this idea of trying to balance it out, hanging here, trying to figure out how to balance it out and being confused about how to balance it out. And there's definitely an abandonment that took place. Central to your person's energy, Leo, is the Two of Wands, which again we already saw as the first clarifier for your Page of Wands, your final card. It's that decision point. It's that fork in the road, the crossroads. Which of these two paths gets me to the world that I really want, and which path do I have to leave behind? Tell me more about this Two of Wands for Leo's romantic person of interest here in October 2023, please. And let's get one more on this Two of Wands. Thank you. From the bottom of the deck, King of Wands. Again, Leo, Sagittarius energy. This is screaming, Leo, you had the choice. You chose the path that you wanted. And Two of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. And then things went off balance with your choice. You were no longer fully committed to your choice. You were 1 foot in and 1 foot out about your choice. And you started weighing the options of the choice you already made after you already made it. That's what this is really looking like. From their perspective, you made a choice. You leaped before you looked. You took this action too fast. And then after you had already chosen, then you weighed the options and thought about should I or shouldn't I, and went back on something, is what this feels like. Past. Reminiscing about the past. Thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be. Or something from your past caused you to rethink what you were doing. Yeah, something from your past you still have some sort of Five of Wands internal conflict with. Leo energy, being internally conflicted. Two different pieces of you wanting two completely different things and being torn and playing tug of war inside. What is it that I want? As it relates to Three of Pentacles, as it relates to Capricorn energy. I've seen that dynamic a few times here. I get a Leo card and then a Capricorn card. Just happened here. Just happened again. Happened again a few minutes ago. In fact, the last time King of Wands was on the bottom, I think it happened. You got something that you're still torn about related to building together with someone else. Queen of Cups is under that. This is Cancer energy. Wow. Two distinct messages here. Prior, at some point, there was a Cancer that you were building something with that probably caused you significant levels of pain. And some of that is still stuck inside, maybe not even aware of it, but you have internal conflict around building together with someone and being committed to someone and taking the lid off of your cup and exposing your actual emotions to someone, because it can get contaminated, and you've been through that and you don't want to go through that level of pain again. So you've got a lid on your cup. You're being guarded with your emotions and your heart. But what the Queen of Cups really wants to do is she wants to take the lid off the cup, and she wants to pour her love and emotions. She wants to pour herself into someone that she has love and emotions for. And it looks like at some point you did that, and it caused a tower moment for you. Okay. Now, whether your person understands this about you, I'm not 100% sure. That story is showing up in their energy. So it's possible that they see that about you. It's even possible that they see it about you and it's something that you haven't looked at yet, and maybe that was hidden in the dark from you and you weren't aware of it, and recognizing it could allow some forward movement here. When I clarify this decision point, this fork in the road for your person, I get the Hermit, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. The Hermit is the Virgo Major Arcana card. This is a card of withdrawal, a card of isolation. This usually indicates communication shuts down. If it's not completely gone silent, it's different than it used to be. This is also an energy of someone who gets forced inside themselves to do some soul searching and some deep inner reflection and some deep contemplation, trying to figure out what to do moving forward from here. This is the Major Arcana version of this Four of Swords that is out here in the shared energy affecting you both. This is about choosing to go inside and quiet your mind and think about something so you can figure out what to do moving forward. The difference is this is much more powerful energy, and this isn't a choice. No one chooses voluntarily to go into hermit mode. I mean, look at me. I'm just coming back out of this again for like the third or fourth time since I've had this channel. Something happens and you don't voluntarily choose hermit mode. You get put there. It's like something forces you there. And this is about being focused inside yourself, looking for what's going on in the shadows of me. What adjustments do I need to make internally to myself so that I can move forward the way that I need to? Ace of Swords. This is the sword of victory. It's the sword of truth. It's the sword of clarity. It's also the sword you use to make decisions with. The word decision, the Latin word that decision comes from, literally means to cut off, like to cut off the other options to where there are no other options left but this one, and that's how a decision gets made. So this is the sword you decide things with. It's also the sword that's wielded by the Queen of Swords when she cuts your head off and severs a connection. It's also the sword that is in the Justice card here, first clarifier for you. It's the sword that you use to sever something that's not in balance, so balance gets restored and then the right, fair, just thing can happen. That's sitting directly next to sadness and remorse about the past. It's also sitting directly next to the concept of be careful what they're focused on. If they're focused on negative things, they're going to feel negativity. Nine of Cups is the final clarifier here. This is Pisces energy. This is more singles energy. Just like this Nine of Pentacles represents being single in the physical reality, this is about being single in the emotional reality. This is not needing another person to be whole, not needing another person to get their sense of love or their worthiness of being loved from. Like, this is someone who has love for themselves. This is a card of wish fulfillment. It's about like personal happiness and personal wish fulfillment. I'm not 100% sure how to take that. It's sitting directly next to Five of Pentacles, abandonment. No one's personal wish fulfillment is to be abandoned and cast aside and broken up with. That's not what this is saying. This is almost saying like, I had my wish fulfillment and it walked away. It cut me off. It stopped communication with me. It went inside and made a decision that I probably wasn't a part of emotionally. Final card in your person's energy for October 2023, Leo, is the High Priestess. I've already seen the Queen of Swords. I call her she who knows the truth. Well, this is just she who knows, period. She sits in front of the veil of consciousness, so she has access to all the information that you and I as humans, we don't have access to. She literally sees all, she knows all. Problem with her is she doesn't always tell us everything. Just like the moon card can represent there's some stuff maybe that you don't know yet, so can the high priestess. There's stuff that sometimes we're just not meant to know as humans. Sometimes there's stuff that we don't need to know until it's time for us to know, at which point she clues us in through our intuition, through gut feelings, through signs, synchronicities, dreams with messages in them, some guidance like that. So this is either your person being internally guided. Now, I have seen references to a bunch of different twos across this reading. Decisions, forks in the road particularly. She's the two of the major arcana, so she rules over all the twos of the four suits. She rules the decisions here. Now, in a love reading, she can represent that for your person, this connection with you is deeper than just something physical. It's deeper than just something emotional. This is a powerful connection. Likewise, it could represent that there's something going on that you don't know about. So tell me more about the High Priestess, please. Just had the Lovers show itself to me and go back in the deck. You're not going to believe this. Again, that's twice this reading where none of the cards actually came out onto the table. They just flipped over right side up in the deck. Wow. Wow. Bottom of the deck. Page of Pentacles. Another page. This is news and messages and communications about some practical... Oh, my ears ringing. Whoa. This is communications about some practical, tangible opportunity presenting itself. Most of the time for me, this is planning for the future or being at the early stages of coming up with some kind of plan for the future. Capricorn energy of the devil right behind that again, well, at least the second or third time we've seen this. There's something here that's got so much pull to it that your person can't escape from this. There's also some element of toxic around them. I'm not feeling it on them in and of themselves. It's more around them. Something in their environment, something about their environment or their situation is controlling them. And they can't escape that, but they also can't escape you. And they're like, could be obsessive level, trying to plan for the future. Seven of Wands right behind all that Leo energy. Again, Capricorn, Leo. I've had Leo, Capricorn show up 2 or 3 times. Now I'm getting it the opposite way, Capricorn and then Leo. This is more defensive energy, but this is more like defending their position on something, defending their stance on something, being willing to fight for what it is that they want or what they believe in, being willing to fight for the connection with you, defending against all this external energy that's coming at them. Could be that they got caught off guard by something around them, someone or something in their environment is after them and they're like defending against that, like they've got a shoe on, like a different shoe on each foot, like caught unprepared here, and now I'm fighting for this. But then there's another damn page again. Too many pages here, too much not fully developed energy. News and messages and communications of love and emotions, lovey-dovey messages for sure, but it's also like rough and choppy in the background, not fully developed, not fully mature energy here. And because there was a moving forward, there was a moving forward into calmer waters and leaving something behind and moving forward without it. I think your person, while they can't get off of you, so to speak, they don't want to, but there is still a piece of them that is concerned about like some impulsive fast decision, like where you leaped before you looked is what it looks like, or where you say things that maybe you're not fully prepared for yet. Take that however that resonates. I know I'm taking it how it resonates for me. When I clarify the High Priestess, this is what I said you're not going to believe. Very first clarifier is the High Priestess again. the Hierophant, the Ten of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Whenever I'm clarifying a card and I get the same card as a clarifier, that's the universe beating me over the head. Like, dude, I done told you this person is guided. They're trusting their intuition. They're getting their communication from spirit, source, the divine, however you want to look at that. They're getting intuitive knowings. This is also a very deep connection from your person's perspective. They're viewing this as much deeper than just physical toward you, much deeper than just emotional toward you. This is like spiritual, divine level feelings that they're having. This is not by any stretch of the imagination me saying twin flames or any of that kind of bullshit that the other readers will try to fill you full of so you stay hooked and have to come back to watch the next reading to see if they're coming back to you and acting right for once in their life. But this is definitely from your person's point of view. They are viewing you like the one for them. Next clarifier for that High Priestess is the Hierophant. Again, like counterparts here. Taurus Major Arcana energy. This is commitment. It's taking things to the next level, being in a committed relationship and taking that further, going into engagement, marriage. But again, there's this decision to do that. Some decision related to commitment. There's sadness and remorse in your person about. Next clarifier we have is the Ten of Cups. Pisces energy. This is everyone's goal in terms of love and emotions and relationships. This is the happily ever after card, that happy fairy tale ending, that happy fairy tale romance that we all want. Like, everyone wants this. And this is about two people who are emotionally happy and content and have love for themselves coming together into union and making this happy, emotionally happy situation, family where everyone's loved and appreciated. It's where we're all trying to get. The card tied right beside this is the Nine of Cups in your person's energy here. It's a step backwards from this. Like, they don't have that. Again, it feels like been abandoned, been broken up with, been walked away from. Like, in the physical sense, something has changed and you're not physically together. I can tell that by both of these both of these energies. And son of a bitch, when this card shoots out of my hand, what's it land on? It lands on the Moon and the Knight of Swords. This impulsive action that was taken and not having the clear view of the path, and then the anxiety that kicked in after that. I think that is what has gotten in the way on some level here. The final clarifier we have, King of Pentacles. This is either Virgo or Taurus energy. This is one half of the equation that builds that Ten of Pentacles we've referenced a couple of times. We've seen the Three of Pentacles of the teamwork and collaboration to build something like that together. Well, the other half of the equation is the Queen of Pentacles. I don't have the Queen of Pentacles out here. I've only got the King, and this is how they're viewing you. This would be like the stable person that I'm committed to, that's building their world around me, or that I'm building my life with. This would usually represent like husband energy, father energy, like the person that I live with, that energy. That could be how they're viewing you. That could be how they want to show up in this situation, because this whole column is like, this is a deep connection to me. This is deep to me. Like, I'm pulled to this. I'm guided to this. I want commitment and taking it to the next level. I want the Ten of Cups with you, Leo. I either want you to be my husband, or I want to be your husband, or something along those lines. So starts out sketchy. It looks like the sketchiness happened in the past, and we're kind of like working our way through it in the current time, working toward figuring out what to do, working toward balance, still not having the answers, still not knowing exactly what to do, and being confused with the choices and what to do, and still having the sadness and remorse about what's already happened, but working toward figuring it out and toward balancing it all out. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Leo love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation, and I'll see you in the next video.